Welcome back, Legionnaires, to episode 3 of Tips and Tricks for Fronteir War with Joe. In this episode, we're going to be attacking a Gallic fort. Now, we're going to be using the troops that are after the Marian reforms. So that's the Legionnaires and the Auxilia. As I say, Gaul and I'm pretty much going to be fighting Gaul most of this, because I like Gaul. They've got some very good troops in this game, and they are a lot stronger. We'll give them some Raider Cav just to balance out their army a bit more, and we'll give them like another unit of that. So we're gonna have like a random army for them. So, and what I'm gonna use is obviously my armored general, because we are using the Marian formed stuff. So we would have to armored generals would be the norm. We're gonna start using, because we're gonna be fighting a bit of battle. I'm gonna try and keep the price down with some some plain legionary cohorts, a back of a auxiliary force to use the rams, and one to go in straight behind them. I don't really want any velites for this. We want archers. And we're going to have to go with what? Unfortunately, we can only afford one of the cav. I'm going to bump the money up to 11,000, because really you'd have a lot of money to spend on your army. You wouldn't just have a certain amount. So this is going to be the army I'm going to siege with. So again, we do not vastly outnumber each other, but I'm going to give them 2 more units of spearmen, which means they'll outnumber me a bit. Now normally when sieges happen, the attacker will take a lot more damage, which is true. But I'm going to show you how I would do a siege. Now, I'm not the best at sieging, but I'm going to try and give it the knowledge I got of watching people and reading how the Romans would siege anyway. We don't really need a speech, but we are in a nice location. I have chosen a nice location. And it's put my legionaries on the fucking rams. It was F I was meant to press. Now, I am actually going to be moving my men up in a testudo, purely because I do not want them to take any casualties at all while walking there. So putting them in a testudo for when you're sieging is actually a good idea. It completely minimizes how many casualties you will take. I'm actually going to break into this wall here, and I'm going to break in here. Now my auxilia straight behind my men. Yeah, so it's either tighter or just this. This is the formation we've got. I will not be using tighter at all in this fight, because we don't really need it. And I want you behind there. Yeah, again with you. A unit of archers per. Can they fit there? Just move them back a bit actually. Okay, let's do that. Let's I'll like them the size apart they were, so I wanted to make sure I did it with both of them. Yep. There's 2 troops there. Let's put them like that. Give them a legionary cav each as the back support. And I'm going to take the general. I'd rather have the general through here because it's a bigger hole to get through. So speaking, they've defended this more than the other side. Now we'll select the whole parts and we're going to walk them up together. Let's select this side of the army. And we're going to move them up pretty much to the same place. Now, while your men are in testudo, they will take virtually no casualties, but you need to break the testudo off before they fight, or they'll be extremely less effective. And they move a lot slower when in testudo, which is kind of annoying, but it can't be helped. The auxilia will probably take a lot of damage from the fire arrows. Hopefully they won't. We will get both our rams at the wall, which we did.
Our soldiers are at the walls.
It does say we are vastly outnumbered by the troops. That could just be because we're actually attacking the fort. They've took damage, but these haven't, so that's good. They've already broke in, and our testudos have not gotten anywhere near enough. I think I'm just going to break off the testudo now.
The walls are broken! Our troops should be ordered forward.
Alright, break off the testudo, boys. You're going to want to run your auxiliary troops straight in first. You want to run each auxiliary through the wall and to defend. I'm actually going to try and run these up and defend this pass here.
Our soldiers have captured
I'm going
the
to try and run
walls.
these in
Now
and
is the time to press
defend
on and capture
here.
this place.
To the best of their ability, just defend there. Yeah, hopefully they won't try and be too confrontational. And then to put my legionnaires between them. I want my legionnaires tighter. Legionnaires are very meaningful troops. Please get in there. Okay, their cavalry, Raider Cav is charging. But defeat seems certain for them, which is good. Okay, everyone get tighter and run up there, please. Legionnaires, get in, please. Archers, I don't know where to put you right now. Okay, this has been a bit of a clusterfuck, seeing as they didn't give me enough time. Well, I didn't have enough time to actually put my men into position. I'm probably going to have to instantly charge with my legionnaires to actually minimize casualties we take. Don't want to bring my cavalry in yet, or my archers. I do, however, want to run my archers up to here to oversee the battle. Legionaries, run there. Go show these dicks who you are. Preferably, I want you alive. Can you hit them? You can hit troops from there, which is good. Okay, we've got a Praetorian general, but we don't really want to. I don't really want to use him that much. I'm going to use him to guard my archers. That's basically all I want him for right now. So far, we've only lost 5% of our army. And I'm going to now try and back up the troops with our legionnaires. So these are actual legionnaire cohorts, so they have the proper armor. But they're still only going to march because of the formation I've got them in. And we're going to use our cavalry to have a little bit of flanking going on. Because they have... Oh crap, they have spears over there. Well, I'm going to try. If you'd like to throw shit at them, that'd be nice. If you want to get closer, please just don't hesitate to do so. Our archers are still not firing. You've still got ammo. They're shooting again. Sorry guys, they are shooting again, which is okay. Oh, get out of there. They had some spear warband waiting for it, it seemed. Are you going to fire? You know what? Legionnaires, I would prefer you to throw shit at them. You know what, just charge. Legionnaires, try and get over there and get this flank. Now the Legionnaires have charged in, they're pretty much routing. And our cavalry is just not having it. They're going to try and hit our cavalry, so I want to run them into my men. I really want them to be attacked by our Legionnaires. I'm going to try and get my Legionnaires into a position to defend. They've got Raider Cav, which might hurt our men. No, just these two. So, this is going quite well. Our troops are holding very well here. Our legionaries are pushing up there. Okay, just you two. Some of the cavalry did get through, it seems. Okay, pull back. You don't want to. We want to create a little like a place for them to run into. I'm gonna pull you back for now. Now you can get back outside. We want to try and get a little line going on for our auxiliary. Admittedly, we want to try and turn this into a defensive position for us, because of their they're going to constantly try and charge us. Trying to do this is going to be good.
Orders completed.
Charge them. Destroy them. I want them dead. Because the Gauls, when you normally get in the city, they'll just completely and utterly keep charging you. Which means all you need to do is have a force to brace the impact and keep slaughtering them. Getting some infantry round is also a very smart idea. So, if you want to have men run round, that's a good idea. Cannot diss that. You might also want to move your men up to defend a bit more. But using an auxiliary, bringing an auxiliary is a really good idea because they can hold the line very well. Especially for what type of units they are. We don't want to move the cavalry too close to our men, but we're going to move them close enough. They've still got a lot of men, but we've only lost 15% of our army. At best. And they're using some extremely strong troops. At the moment, I'm really trying to show you the best way to just fight. No, see, that's the problem with some. That unit hasn't got defend on. Auxiliary, you're meant to have defend on. You're gonna get frozen. Nope. There they are now. So it looks like the Legionnaires know when to. Is the best time to throw the spears. And we want the cavalry and Legionnaires to back up around here. And fuck them over, really. So really, we're just trying to get like a big flanking maneuver going on in their own city. But it looks like the battle is progressing a bit, and I'm going to move my line up. I'm going to run the line up closer to the city. Because we don't want them to forget about this little threat. We've got the threat of the front line with our front position. We want them to keep charging us and keep hitting our wall and losing more and more men. We're going to use the Gauls' fierce ability. This strategy will work against any barbarian faction because the barbarians hate like just sitting around and doing the defensive. They like to be pushing you back. And if they have the ability to do it, they will do it. Your men will lose to barbarian warlords, so it's probably very smart you've got your men in there. And you use legionnaires to push them back. Nope, it's just these ones, thank you. We're going to move them. I'm actually going to move them all the way up to here now. And I'm going to actually walk my cavalry to just behind them to ensure victory. But we're just going to try and use our stronger men to push the warlords back. But this will work pretty much actually against anyone, even the Greeks. Actually, this strategy actually will work for anyone. It's best used against barbarians because they'll just keep charging you. Some other factions will start to learn, but like the Greeks, if their charges don't work, they will try and stop. But really, this strategy will work for every faction. It's easy and defendable. You're using their own city against them, really. That's all you need to do. Now this is the harder part. Trying to make sure they don't charge us while we're forming up. And we don't want them to hit our cavalry either. So this is the part where you actually pursue an aggressive stance. You push back. You use your men to push their men back as hard as possible. You want to keep as much of their men here, and you want to then use your troops from behind and just destroy them.
The enemy general is slain, and now his men fear
Oh shit! I want you to go there. No, there. We don't want to push the. As he says, we do want to press the attack, but we don't want to fuck up how we're going to press the attack there. We want to do it perfectly, and our archers are going to be pretty much useless now. So I'm going to move our Praetorian Cav up here. Well, a General Cav, but he's a Praetorian, so we might as well call him Praetorian Cav. So I'm going to speed up a bit, see if they can get formation. Correct. Bye. So yeah, we're just going to be releasing pillar onto them now. That I can see happening. Yep, just a massacre with pillar. There we go. That's them in, and all we need to do now is run all your men, run the rest of your men up. They've pretty much lost now. If you just speed up, if you can keep them in the square, they will fight till the death. So be sure to this is where you're going to take the most casualties. We've only took, but for this 25%, but this is where we're going to have to take a lot of casualties. Unless we get the general. If you lose your general before this, this is going to be a lot harder to get to this point. So you're going to have to stay defensive for a bit longer. But you can keep the defensive in their own city. So if you can provoke them, so even if you are fighting against the Greeks who have learned not to actually they've attacked you once and it's not worked, and they're going to sit in our camp. Use some cavalry to lure them back. You want to let them get a few. You will lose a few cavalry doing this, but let them get a few kills. But then pull your cavalry back through your lines. Have your troops quickly reform, or make sure if there's not too many badly breached, just charge your own men in. And you've used your own defense. You've used a defensive strategy to push their men back again. So you have to bait them. But you want to try and get a flank off. Definitely get a flank off with legionnaires. You definitely want to flank with legionnaires, not the auxiliary. You want all of your auxiliary pushing one front, and you should split your legionnaires up, because your legionnaires are very effective. You do not need them all clumped together. They're effective anywhere you put them. So now what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and push them back off their pad. So we're going to rerun our men about. For some reason, and then they're going to charge back in, and just going to push their men off the pad. Once their men are off here, we've pretty much won, because they will not fight to the death. So there we go, guys. That's the best way to do it, in my opinion, is to use the walls against them, and well. No, not use the wall. Use your defensiveness against them. To defend the city yourself is better than let them to defend it. Because if you do what we've just been doing, you're defending the city yourself. You're using the fact that you're baiting your enemy into charging your lines. So try and dispose of archers quickly as well, and try not to lose too many men. That is as an obvious one. But what's this? There's capture location Massilla. This is Massilla apparently. Release one allied soldier. Oh, apparently I failed. I destroyed all the enemy though. That's good enough for me. But anyway, guys, that's what you need. All you need to do really is get a flank off with some cav. I'd pretty much say all your cav, unless you're fighting a army which doesn't have any spears in it. You take all your cav on the flank. It's gonna work out a lot better for you. You don't want to take too many casualties. We took, I don't think that many. We took how many? We took 500 casualties. That's 600 cavalry. So that's not that bad to say how many men we brought. Just use when you're defending, you need to try and build the population up quickly, and just try when you're defending it. Depending on what the army is, try and repel the army before you just sally the fort if you really have to, guys. And on that note, I will see you guys later. Hope you guys have enjoyed. And Legionnaires, stay proud to the Shadow Legion. And I will see you guys later.